Hey everybody, and welcome to Game Addicts React, where it's sort of like a little mini podcast episode. So we just did like an episode the other day where we, sort of like maybe postulated what was going to happen here, and then today we thought about it even more with more rumors, and basically almost none of that happened. But anyways, I am your host Brando, along with player 2 Mike.
How's it going?
It is going pretty well here. So today was the PlayStation meeting 2016. And a pretty rather dull event, to be honest with you.
Well, it depends. It's a hardware release, not a whole lot of anything else except for a few visuals that I was very happy with.
One of my notes I have down here is Mark Cerny is dull, would rather watch paint dry.
Yes.
He was the second speaker. Of course, you had Andrew House. He was the first guy, and then Mark Cerny, who is a engineer on PS4, helped design the original and this one, the ones that they debuted today. He sounded very unenthused about what he was talking about, and I'm sure it was just a matter of him kind of going through the motions. He's probably not like the best on-stage speaker, but damn it, he was just, I'm like, way to sell me, Mark, way to sell me.
Monotone. That's all I gotta say. Is very... Well, this is what we got going on, and we're going to do this, and yeah.
Well, it's one thing to be like Bob Ross, where he's so chill, and he could put you to sleep.
Right.
This guy, at least Bob Ross is interested in what he's doing.
It's true.
Sure. This guy definitely wasn't. So the first thing they came out with was the new stock PS4, the PS4 Slim. Although they're not really calling it a Slim, it's just the new PS4.
Yeah, he said this is what we're going to be. This is the new standard.
Moving forward, available next week as we record this on 9/15.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very soon, and of course, since videos have gotten out with unboxings and whatnot, we sort of figured that.
Right, we knew it was close.
Price point of $300 for a 500 gigabyte model, probably. Originally, I was thinking between $250 and $300. Because right now I think they're at $350.
Yes.
So they're wanting to drop that even more and make the entry, base level PS4. If you're not someone who has a 4K display or higher def than
HDR.
1080p. Yeah, an HDR TV, anything like that, this is going to get you the PS4 that you need. And, I've got nothing else to say about it other than it's pretty much to be expected around this time in the game. I wasn't really so sure how much more slim a PS4 can get. The stock model was pretty small compared to, like, the Xbox One or the original PS3. Those things were beasts. So they went on... After that.
Hold on.
All right. You got something else?
I want to note that it didn't say that you could change the hard drive in those. It didn't actually tell you what the size of the hard drive was.
Guess what?
We assume it's 500 gig.
Yeah.
But it didn't say, you could change out the hard drive before. That thickness, I don't think you're going to be able to.
Well, I got news for you. You can. In the unboxing I saw, the cover for the hard drive just pops right off. It's in the back corner, and
it's relatively smaller though.
It's in a different spot.
Oh, okay.
It's on the bottom now, not the top.
Okay. Anyways, so moving on. That's all I wanted to pinpoint on that.
In the unboxing video I saw this morning, she popped off the corner. There it was, holding by one screw. So you can definitely change it.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
For those that didn't know, unless they watched an unboxing.
Hey, yeah. You're right. They didn't say it, but I would assume, even from that, like the original model, you could. I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to on the new I keep wanting to call it the Slim, but it's not really the Slim. But I guess that's just what we're going to call it, the Slim.
For now.
Now, yesterday there was rumors going around about what this new updated system was going to be called, what it was going to be, and it wasn't anything like those rumors at all.
Actually, I don't think any of the rumors were right.
Well, some of the rumors were right. The rumors beforehand about what the Neo was going to be was right, as far as like specs and whatnot. That stuff is right.
Yeah, but
That
the
stuff,
newer ones were
the
far.
whole Forever stuff that kind of came out yesterday, that was a complete farce. And the new system is called PlayStation 4 Pro or PS4 Pro, and it will be, it will be 4K capable, HDR capable. Oh, and it's they later on went to say that every PS4 will be HDR capable via an update. So the ones we already have, plus the ones going forward, will already have it built in.
What was the date? I believe it was a week from today.
Is when the PS4 or was it the Slim comes out?
No, whenever the update for all the PlayStations to go to the HDR capable.
Well, the Slim comes out on next Thursday, so I would imagine it's going to be around
Okay,
there.
yeah.
Um,
So about 7 or 8 days, yeah.
PS4 Pro launch price will be $399, $400, same price as the original
And that's fine.
PS4. Oh yeah, I'm
Or-
fine with it too. They went on to talk about specs, noting that they really didn't say any numbers here, but they just said double the power of the GPU, boosted clock rate, 1 terabyte hard drive. Honestly, I kind of think they didn't say numbers because of what we sort of think is that this is going to be a little bit less powerful than the Xbox Scorpio.
That's what I believe too.
So I think that's why they didn't say numbers. Why say the numbers if you're going to be below? However, people can shout to the crowds all day. Xbox is going to be way better. It's going to be the games are going to be so much better. The developers are going to put so much more into it. Maybe, maybe not, because look what happened with the PS3.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the whole thing. It doesn't. I mean, the game console is capable of whatever. It's what the devotion of the community does for it. Like there's people putting out these AAA games. I mean, how much time are they going to take to put into this 4K? And he said, which I kind of thought about the Horizons, they backed up to amp up for the PS4 Pro. That's my belief, to get it
Probably.
up to that 4K level of clarity.
Yeah, probably. And what I was saying about how like the Scorpio could be so much more better, and maybe like I foresee kind of like a PS3 thing where like the first party games are going to look amazing on Scorpio, but the third party games are going to look good.
Right.
They're going to look just as good as on a PS4 Pro because they're not going to want to, piss off anybody on that side too much. And then maybe some of their partnerships, some of the games that they come out with will take advantage of more Scorpio hardware power. Maybe it's not going to, because really, the one thing I will say, they showed a lot of like game examples
They did.
as far as like what the 4K is going to look like, what the HDR is going to look like. And I'll be honest, like some of it was striking, and maybe this was just me, maybe it was just the video I watched. I didn't notice a big difference for Days Gone.
It wasn't that big of a difference on Days Gone. I will agree with you on that. But as of the other stuff, some of it was just it was unbelievable.
Definitely the Horizon one
Yes.
was very noticeable as far as like just the lighting and everything. And really, okay, so when they say they're working with the developers to make sure that the game works for every single one, and it doesn't really seem like, at right now anyway, that they're making it to where the game is really going to be taking full advantage of the 4K HDR format to push it maybe to completely to the next level of no to the point of where this game can only be played on the PS4 Pro. We're not there yet. So based on just some of the stuff we saw, it's like, yes, it looks a little bit better, but unless you have a 4K television, unless you have an HDR capable television, there is literally, and they were trying to say that, well, even if you don't have those, you could just use them on your regular TV and it's still going to look better. Uh, Dude, I'm a retro gamer. I pop in like the worst looking NES games and play them.
Yeah.
I can play Atari. I can play ColecoVision. I'm not that much of a graphics whore. I admire good looking games. I admire a game like Uncharted 4, which looks amazing on the PS4. I admire something like Halo 5, which looked great for the Xbox. I admire that, but I'm not going to sit here to say that I'm hung up on it. That's not the deciding factor of which system I'm going to buy.
Well, right,
And
but you got to look at today's gamers. The newer, I would say the newer, because we grew up with, PlayStation block. They're very blocky. But it's all about visuals. It's all about, you've seen some of the knocks on some of these games. Well, it just wasn't as visually stunning as it should have been. I mean, I guess, and you're talking about games that have phenomenal stories. I mean, just the stories are just awesome. But like Fallout 4, oh well, it's not really like 1080p or anything. It's only 720. So it's a phenomenal game. That's what people think about now.
yeah, it just I guess from my perspective, I'm not really seeing the Neo or the Pro as something that I have to run out and get. Which, by the way, okay, the Neo or the Pro, I'm sorry, I keep calling it Neo, comes out. What was it? November. I didn't write
10.
November 10th. I didn't write down the date on that one.
I did.
Yeah, by that point, like I had stopped writing notes. Uh, some of the games they show, they showed some stuff from the new Call of Duty, which the level they showed kind of looked like first person Dead Space action stuff.
Yeah.
Very meh, I guess, not really up my alley. But they did show 3 minutes of Mass Effect Andromeda.
That's what I got. I have that
Um,
written down as.
and really, it was just more of an exploration. Some of the stuff.
Let's finish up with the hardware. Is there anything else you got to say about hardware? Because I got a lot of stuff to talk about for the games. That they showed.
Honestly, no.
Yeah, I mean that's really not much more to say other than
One terabyte hard drive, yeah. And
double GP, boosted CPU.
what did I tell you though?
4K.
PS4 Pro looks like a damn sandwich.
It does.
It's
It does. It looks like if you would paint the center of that white, it would look like
yeah.
an Oreo.
I mean,
This is.
I don't have a whole lot to say, and I mean, we hyped up, we hyped ourselves up to do this sort of reaction, and it's like it is nothing about it was super surprising. I was actually the only surprising thing is that they showed the first Mass Effect gameplay here.
Oh yeah, and hardly anything about VR.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
was just looks really good. It looks really really good on the PlayStation Pro, and we're really excited for it. And then it was moving on. It's like, you guys, this is coming out in a month, and like you haven't told us crap. Come on.
Yeah, I was surprised.
It is-
I was surprised about no VR, like almost literally no VR talk. Um, I have nothing else to say about the hardware other than it's cool. And I'm not going to be getting a Pro anytime soon.
I mean, you already know that I don't have an option.
You are definitely in a different situation, and luckily for you, if timing is a factor, it comes out just only a few weeks after you're going to need one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for $400 with you having a 4K TV, you can take advantage of this. So,
Yes.
by all
Yes.
means, I mean, and it is affordable because you went and bought the original model just like I did. This isn't us
Yep.
having to empty out our pockets for some new crazy, super expensive tech. They kept it low, which is good, which is very good. They kept it around that same price mark, which I'm sure they had several meetings about, and saying we need to keep this
Oh, yeah.
at the $400 range. What can you do to make sure we get that? As far as I'm aware,
Yeah.
they Xbox just touched on Scorpio, and they haven't set a date, and they didn't say a price point, and it seems like that the PS4 Pro is going to be on the market almost a full year before the Scorpio will be.
That's yeah, and I think that's one of the things that they were pushing for in this I guess meeting they had, their conference, is put it out as fast. They've been working on it, and they just wanted to put it out as fast as they could. November 10th. I mean, really, it needs to come out with the VR. I mean, I feel like it's going to be good on the PS4, But if you really want to take full advantage of this VR, you gotta pick up the
Well, I
new
mean,
Pro.
with in layman's terms, they said that the PS4 Pro is going to be double the power of the original PS4, which
Yeah,
is probably yeah, that's definitely going to help VR a lot to help with those kind of resolutions and frame rates that VR needs to attain. Now,
yeah.
we will go ahead and shift gears and talk about some of the software. I want to talk about Mass Effect. I'm going to dominate this for a second. Um,
I want to say one thing before you
Go.
dominate. What's up? What's up with the side scanner?
That's something new. Um,
Yeah, right. That's what I saw. I saw him scan the thing, and the only thing that hit me was Metroid. That's from Metroid, where you've got the little scanner and you scan
mhm.
the into just life, and it tells you what's going on with it. I wanted to point that out before you started your
Well,
rant.
no, I'm not ranting at all. I have nothing to rant about other than we didn't see any combat. This was in the Reddit leak that came out over a year and a half ago, about discovering and going through remnant vaults. This is exactly what
Yep.
it was, and then they show some of the jetpack features for getting around. The game looks or like it feels different just walking around than on the other games. Looks like it's more fluid. It doesn't look as stiff at times. Uh, in Mass Effects 2 and 3, especially when you were in a mission, a lot of the times you had your gun out and your gun was out, and you were going from
Right.
area to area shooting and you fighting your way through. It doesn't seem like that's the way. We got to see a little bit more about who and what it is. We saw a male writer this time. We at the sort of teaser thing at E3. We saw the female writer. They reiterated here at this event, quarter one or early 2017. So they're looking like they're going to keep to that. And um, I did see on IGN that the next big data dump that we're getting for Mass Effect Andromeda is, of course, in 7 Day, which we're going to get another
Yeah.
full trailer and we're going to get a buttload of information. Probably a hard date release day then that day if they're still shooting for spring, which I assume they are. Um, I'm excited for it. It looks like it's going to be its own thing. It's going to feel completely
Right.
different from the other ones while still maintaining hopefully what makes Mass Effect, which is all it needs to do. That's all I got to say on that.
Yeah. I was. That's pretty much. I'm identical to that. It looked really good. Um, the environment looks fresh. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's fresh. It looks good. It's unique. I've never seen anything like it, so I'm excited to play it. I really am. It's going to be a lot of fun. I like the way that he opened up the
Hmm.
bridge, and when he walked across the bridge, it actually manifested through each step and increased the size of it. I thought that was really cool. The graphics of it looked really
Yeah,
nice.
I
Very
really
smooth.
liked their
It's
decision, EA's decision here to show this now because I mean this was just like a little bit of dangling the carrot, but then because they easily
Yep.
could have just come out and said, "Here's Battlefield 1 on the PS4 Pro," and
Yeah.
honestly, it probably would make more business sense to do that. But then you're going in right after Call of Duty, uh, so I'm very happy they did it because it makes a different genre of fans definitely chomping at the bit for more info. For now, it's
Yep.
like they gave you almost everything out of context, other than here's the male writer, and we saw that that one Asari again that we saw from the other,
Yeah.
and there's two other squad mates that we don't see their faces, so we don't know who they are. There's not really. I didn't go frame by frame. I didn't stop it, but there. I didn't notice a whole lot of markings on their suits, so I don't know. Oh, and there's a male VI voice that calls Ryder Pathfinder. So
Yes. I heard
um,
that.
there's a lot here for people who are really hungry for info to dissect this and go, well, hey, there's that we heard. Oh, here's that. Here's this. So that's cool. And I'll say that this was just probably the one surprise out of this whole thing. I sat there really unsurprised about what they were showing. until they showed this, and I'm like, you have my attention.
Okay, so for me, it was
Okay.
Horizons. The gameplay from it, we've seen gameplay from it. Everybody knows what it is, but I like that she was up on a mountaintop, and it kind of pans over the terrain, and you can see I could say indigenous life, but that's not correct. The mechanical life below. And I was excited because this is a game that I am excited for. And then for them to show some more gameplay with like the one the insta kill attack where she with like the little raptor where she kind of dodges his attack, and that looked really fluid. Um, the platforming portion of it, which we got to see a little bit of it, that which we haven't seen yet, that looked really neat, but I still didn't have any idea of what was going on. Like I literally sit there and goes, "Why are you doing that? Like, what is the significance of you doing this? Is it going to collapse, and then you're going to take some parts from it? Like, what's going to happen?" And it literally just kept going, and I was like,
Okay, so I just got a late breaking update.
"Oh,
Um, PlayStation 4
from
PlayStation 4 Pro won't play 4K Blu-rays,
huh?
which is a little bit of a knock, in my opinion. There
How's it going to be up to 4K resolution if it's not going to play 4K
it's
Blu-rays?"
probably in a different format. Now it says it's going to be able to stream. It will support HDR10 as well as 4K streaming from apps, but it will not inherently read 4K Blu-rays.
4K.
Um,
Well, I guess to each his own.
yeah, I mean it's unfortunate because I want to say that the Scorpio will, so that is definitely a plus for the Scorpio.
I, I believe that there might be kind of like what they're doing with the HDR with the firmware update for the original PS4 quotations, but I feel like that might actually come
I
later
hope so.
whenever because I mean you're talking about if stuff actually I think they're kind of waiting to see like how this 4K comes about like what happens with it. We don't know what happens. It's not new, but it's new to gaming, and it's a lot more development
I kind of
time.
feel like the fact that it says it won't read it is indicative of the fact that they've been working on this for a while, and since Xbox is saying we're going to release ours next year, and we're just going to we're going to go ahead and commit to having 4K Blu-ray support, uh, so that way ours are going to be even better later. I mean, literally the two companies almost switched sides, they switched spots from the last generation where Xbox is more gung ho, and their console was a little bit less capable, but then the PlayStation side, their console was like and their exclusives are really kicking ass. So I kind of feel like it's going to be swapped. I do want to go through and list the all the games that are going to have HDR and 4K support out of the box day one.
Okay,
Spider-Man, that's the new exclusive to PS4. For Honor, that's the Ubisoft.
it is.
Deus
I want to say
Deus Ex Mankind Divided, that game's already out. So that game's getting an
yes, it is.
update. Rise of the Tomb Raider, that comes out in October for PS4. Days Gone, Watch Dogs 2, Farpoint, Horizon Zero Dawn, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered, Black Ops 3 with the update, FIFA 17, Battlefield 1, Mass Effect Andromeda, Dishonored 2, and Final Fantasy 15.
All out
Those
of the
are the ones
box.
that out of the box or via updates, since some of these games are already out, like like Black Ops or Deus Ex. Those are already out, so those are going to just get it update. I think Dishonored 2 might be out too, right? That's not out yet.
No, I don't think so. Let me do a little quick check on that.
Maybe it isn't. Maybe that I don't remember when that game was supposed to come out. Wow. Anyway, yeah, those are the games that are. Those are the big like AAA games that are. Well, I don't think Farpoint's a AAA game, but Those are the ones that have been, absolutely guaranteed. These are the ones going forward, and I have no doubt that Uncharted will as well.
November 11th.
Okay, so hey, that's like the day after.
The day
Wow.
after,
Okay.
yeah.
So, do you have any final thoughts?
Um, really, it's what I expected. I mean, it's almost exactly what I expected. I mean, whenever that leak come out of them doing this swapping parts back and forth, I mean, we've seen consoles fail at that, and I knew that they wasn't going to go that route because they want you to buy new hardware. I mean, in theory, it's a great idea, but I just didn't see it coming. But outside of that, I mean, showing the new game, I really liked the Mass Effect trailer. That was really neat to see gameplay. It may not be in combat gameplay, but it was gameplay. And additional gameplay from
Mm-hmm.
Horizons. And it just, I mean, I don't know. It's good. I like it, but it's everything that I expected it to be. It's not great, and it's not below par. It's exactly where I knew it was going to be at.
So, yeah, same. It didn't blow me away either, but some of the new visuals is like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But again, it's like I don't have a 4K TV, and I'm not gonna have a 4K TV for quite some time. So it's like me sitting here like salivating over something I'm not going to get or have for quite some time. It's cool that they're doing it, but at the same time, it's like, this is probably the system that we should have had from the get go, and then you know, it's all just But then again, what would the price of it have been if they,
Yeah.
so that it seems like the Pro and the Scorpio or like the Slim, is almost like, by the way, guys, yeah, those other consoles we probably shouldn't have released those, and maybe we should have. Yeah, this generation is definitely an interesting generation to witness and like unfold due to how
And we're,
long the other generation
go ahead.
went, because of
Yes.
the economy and everything. It went longer when it should have, which meant the newer consoles came out later than when they should have. So I mean, in all reality, it's like we should be getting like the next generation of these consoles, but instead we're getting like a little half step just to make it to where we can extend this generation a little bit longer than what could originally be feasible.
Well, the second guy to talk, what was his
Mark
name?
Cerny.
Yeah, the real boring guy. He even said we are just now finally realizing what our vision was for the PlayStation 4. Just now. We're 3 years into this console cycle, and you're just now figuring it out. Yeah, or getting to where you wanted to be, I guess, with the PS4.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's a very
I don't know.
interesting console cycle. I don't think it's gonna go 10 years. I think we'll be lucky to hit 6 now. I think this is gonna get us to the next 3 years, and then we're gonna see what's down the pipeline next. But I
Well,
mean, that's all I got. I mean,
please stay away from download only content. That's my fingers crossed.
you
That's
mean
all
for
I'm hoping
you
for.
mean for the next you mean for
Hard,
the next console? Yeah,
yes.
I mean,
Hard
yeah,
disk.
we'll see. We'll definitely see.
I think that this is going to be the one where they start. Both of them are going to start pushing for, hey, digital, 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 digital. But I think we've said it before on here. I'm not paying $60 for a
Nope,
digital game.
me either.
If you drop the price down to 45, I'll probably start. Oh, okay, 45 right out the gate. Yeah, I'll probably get that. Versus 60, depending on how my money wise is. I mean, a lot of gamers run on a budget.
Yeah, I mean, at least Steam has a thing now where you can try it out for a little while, then get a refund if you didn't like it. So, I
Yeah,
mean, it's a lot of money to be throwing down in the game that you don't know that you're not gonna like and not be able to get your money back or get some of your money back. So, it things are gonna
very
have to
true.
change for that. But anyway, unless you've got nothing else, I think we can wrap this up.
I
Yep,
don't
me
know.
either. All together, thumbs up. mostly other than Mark Cerny's boring voice. So, Mike, I'll be coming over to check out the PS4 Pro when you get it.
And you know that I'll be getting it on
Yep.
November 10th.
Well, until
All
next
right.
time, Mike, we'll just go ahead and see you later.
Yep. See you later.